How's it going, everyone? It's me, Vivi, and welcome back to some Sly Cooper. So, the TV show. Recently we got this sort of slight update, we can say. It's not a trailer, it's not a new piece of art, nothing like that, but what we got is pretty interesting. The TV show was present in some sort of form at this annual event, where they do a bunch of showcasing. It's called MIP Junior. Now, it's not really open to the public, it's more of a business type of event. I think it's more for people who work in the TV show market, trying to find opportunities and business deals, that kind of stuff. So this MIP Junior event in France, it's 25th by the way, it's all about kids programming. The name itself pretty much says it, Junior. Now according to their website, here's what's stated. MIP Junior is the leading showcase for kids programming, uniting the world's most influential buyers, sellers and producers the weekend before MIPCom, which has a similar feel to MIP Junior. Over 2 days, key TV and digital players, publishers, and licensing executives present, discover, and screen the very latest content. Let's move on to the second description. Screenings. 1,200 and plus programs, projects, and IPs in the screenings library. Out of all of those programs, Sly Cooper the TV show was the 11th most watched show during that event, which is pretty insane. Now we'll talk more about this later. Matchmaking and pitching sessions with top international buyers, commissioning editors, licensing agents, and publishers. Now this part right here I think is where the show is currently at. It's still at the pitching phase, I'll explain more later. Conferences. Hear from leading visionaries in the kids entertainment industry during Media Mastermind keynotes. Competition. Discover the next big kids TV hits at the MIP Junior International Pitch Competition. Okay, so Sly Cooper was the 11th most watched show. How was it screened? How was it watched? In what format? Could it be an episode, a trailer, or a short teaser, like a short clip? And when I said episode, I meant pilot episode, which I doubt. Now, how does this place look? There's like these booths everywhere, a bunch of them, with a bunch of programs to choose from on each PC, if I'm not mistaken, I think. I mean, look at it this way. 1,200 programs. If each PC was dedicated to their respective shows, where would they fit all of the PCs? That's way too many. Plus, if you pay attention to detail, you can notice that there's the same posters everywhere, so no, I don't think each PC is for one show. So I'm assuming that they sat down and they just clicked through a bunch of different links, which took them to either descriptions, concept, trailers, short clips, and perhaps some pilot episodes. So again, Sly Cooper was the 11th most popular, the one which was watched the most. So there was some sort of animation. Now this animation, are we ever going to see it? Probably not. I gotta say, it's absolutely fantastic. Ending up at number 11 out of 1,200 shows. Well, yes, technically they weren't all animations perhaps, but it's still a pretty huge deal. Well, we can say got attention because it's a Sony IP. If Sly Cooper, as a TV show which doesn't really have much yet, can get that amount of attention, then surely a game can do so. So I hope Sony wakes up. So what does this tell us of the show's status? And what was shown, to be exact? Was it really a pilot episode? No, I do not think so. Could it have been a trailer? A short clip? That sounds more likely to me. And of course, if you want to capture attention and give someone an idea of what the show is like, it needs to be a decent length. Anyhow, seeing as how networks try to buy the show over there at MIP Junior, well, technically Sony owns Sly Cooper, right? And Sony Interactive Entertainment is involved. Sony will not be funding the project entirely, in my opinion. If Sony is not funding the project, then that explains why they said yes to the TV show. If they were to invest, primarily, they would say no to a TV show. If they say no to Sly 5, why would they say yes to a TV show, right? So, Sony Interactive Entertainment and Technicolor and PGS, they're trying to pitch their idea to the network. That's what people do over there. They show their idea, their concepts, to the network to see if it would pique any sort of interest. If yes, they greenlight a season, or a pilot episode most likely, if a short clip is what they saw. and they decide to fund the show. It really depends on the companies, right? So, what networks are we looking at right now? Usually, most of the time, Netflix Kids is present, Cartoon Network, and Nickelodeon. Those are the three main kids networks, I'd say, in America, the biggest ones. If I'm missing one, mention it in the comment section below. Now, if it was a pilot episode which was shown, I don't see why. How? Usually, a pilot episode has to be greenlit by the network. The team approaches the network, they show them this idea. They like it, they tell them, alright, write us a script for the pilot episode. Once that's done, they send it to the network again, and if they like it, they're going to greenlight a pilot episode. Once that's done, they air the pilot episode to see if it has potential, to see if it will capture attention. And do not forget, the pilot episode can be very different than episode 1 of season 1. The whole tone can be different. The quality of animation can be different. If the animation used for the pilot episode requires too high of a budget, they're going to have to downgrade it. In some rare occasions, some networks allow to air 2 pilot episodes. And if the pilot is just terrible, I guess they scrap the project. Now, I'm not an expert in this, so don't take my word for it. Now, of course, it's Technicolor we're talking about. The situation could be different for them now. Technicolor was formerly known as We Do, the ones behind Sonic Boom, the TV show. Technicolor is already this established studio capable of funding a pilot episode on their own. So maybe that was their way of pitching the idea. Hey look, if a pilot episode was shown, then I'm happy Sly had the opportunity to be shown that way. One thing though, if this sort of episode was screened in the booths, then voice acting was done. Kevin Miller? He posted this picture a short while ago. He's recording, right? Oh, he's probably recording for Sly. Oh, maybe a pilot episode was shown. No, in the comments he said no, this is not Sly, unless he was told to be quiet. But if you just want to be quiet, you just don't have to say anything, right? Just don't reply. Matt Olson, Chris Murphy, nothing from those guys. So if it was a pilot episode or some sort of short clip, then it had unofficial voices, just to give the idea of the show. Like how Sly was originally named JT with a different voice actor, which was unofficial. The #1 most watched show during that event was Magic Adventures, described as Wizards of Oz meeting Harry Potter. The show started in Korea. They pitched the idea to, I guess, American networks and distributors. Now the thing about this show is, an English trailer was posted 3 years ago. Look at Sly Cooper, all we got so far is a render, nothing except a picture. So do we have to wait that long? I'm gonna say no. We could see something maybe in January, February, or maybe around summer 2018. Seeing as how Sly Cooper was already screened, I'm thinking the show might come sooner than we think. We don't have to wait years for that. Foxoven, CEO of Blockade Entertainment, said, "It's too early to announce anything about the pilot at any of the Sony press conferences, Paris Games Week, and PlayStation Experience. Sly Cooper will not be mentioned at those events." Well, the TV show, I mean. And yes, Blockade Entertainment is going to be part of the production of the show. As for Rainmaker, they have nothing to do with it. So, in summary, Sly Cooper, the TV show, is still very early in production. Is it really happening? It does seem like it, but we're still waiting for a network to acquire it. Could it get cancelled? Well, maybe a network might refuse the show. If so, the team will just keep on continuing and try to find a different network. Of course, if the team gives up, then I don't know. Wait, let me add something to this. Yes, let's say it's a pilot episode they worked on. Let's say the network didn't really like it. They're gonna tell the team to do a few changes here and there, and then they're gonna show them another pilot episode. I think that's how it works, most of the time. Now, the show called Magic Adventure, it's aimed at kids from 6 to 9 years old. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, 2012, the one which aired on Nickelodeon, 5 seasons. Many believed it had a great balance, like it's appealing to both audiences. That's what I want Sly Cooper to be like. And now TMNT from 2012, it's also 6 and up. It's 6 and up in Russia, I think. In both America and Australia, it's rated PG, which means the show has some scenes which are unsuitable for children. Yes, the word kids sounds scary. I don't want the show to be too kiddie, but if they can at least appeal to both audiences, I'm gonna be happy. I mean, after all, it's like a detective color noir TV show we're talking about. Anyways, I've said enough. I've repeated the word pilot probably 50 times. I know that. But yeah, in the comment section below, tell me, when when do you expect to see the pilot episode? Are you excited, or are you going to keep your hopes on the low? What I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna get my hopes up. It's still at this early phase. It's still being pitched. Why would they be there, trying to find a network, trying to show the idea to people, right? So we're still going to have to wait. But honestly, comparing this to the Sly Cooper movie, at least when it comes to the TV show, we get something, and it's like a breath of fresh air. But yeah, I've said what I had to say, so as usual, I've been Vivi, and thank you for watching.